Bulls are down by 5 at halftime. Turnover still a part of the story in this one for sure. We're going to break it all down, but you guys know, got to play that intro though.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
All right, Bulls fans. So this game has gone back and forth. It's gone in the Bulls' favor. Sometimes they had a 5-point lead at one point. They allowed them to come back. They go into the halftime down by 4. The Bulls have not shot the ball well from 3, whereas the New Orleans Pelicans have, and that's really the differentiating factor in this game. This game has been played pretty even throughout, right? Let's take a look at it. The Bulls are shooting right now 51% overall from the field. Pelicans 45. Both the Pelicans have had 21 field goals. The Bulls have hit 23. 3-point percentage, like I said, the big differentiator here, the Bulls are 4 for 16, whereas the New Orleans Pelicans are 10 for 19. That's 25 to 52% for those that want to count. Free throw discrepancy, not very much of one except makes, but they both gotten 6 free throw attempts. Bulls have made 3. The Pelicans have made all 6 of theirs. Rebounding battle, tied right now, 21 and 21. Both teams with 21 rebounds so far in this game. The turnover battle. The Bulls have 10 turnovers to the New Orleans Pelicans, 9 turnovers. But outside of that, everything else is pretty even. The Bulls with 13 assists to the Pelicans, 16. No blocks for the Bulls, 2 for the Pelicans. But everything else pretty close. This is a game that it's a close game. The Bulls are very much in this game, but much like last game, the fact that the Bulls are going in the half down by 5 leaves a lot to be desired so far, and especially when you look at Brandon Ingram, 2 for 10 for 7 points right now. CJ McCollum, 4 for 6 for 10 points. Murphy is actually leading the Pelicans in scoring, and then Vooch is leading us in scoring. He's 5 for 10 from the field overall, but DeMar scored 9 points in this. Zach LaVine scored 8 points. He's only 4 for 10 from the field. We know we can get better contributions from them, but the story of this game so far is that, oh Lord, the difference having Patrick Williams on Brandon Ingram makes. Have you guys seen the defense Patrick Williams has played on Brandon Ingram this game? I don't think Brandon Ingram has scored one time on Williams with Patrick Williams guarding him. That defense is making a huge difference. And then Derrick Jones Jr. playing solid defense on Brandon Ingram as well in this one. They are allowing everybody else to go off, though. Herb Jones, 2 for 2 from three-point range so far in this game. I already said Murphy getting the start with Zion out is really killing the Bulls, leading right now with 14 points, leading all scorers with 14 points on either side of the ball. This team, it's not playing quite the way that we wanted him to, but it seems like Zach LaVine's about to start getting in rhythm. And if that happens, things can definitely change for the Bulls big time. Let's go ahead and get into the comments. Herb Jones' face looks like it. Wow. Okay, right with the insults to start. Where's our energy? I think we played with pretty good energy. Honestly, the turnovers are what's killing us. The Bulls have had a lot of unforced turnovers. They need to get that under wrap for sure. MC Season and Steve-O both talking about Murphy. Steve-O saying somebody play up Murphy. And MC Season, Murphy's cooking. Yeah, he's definitely cooking. And the big homie says DeMar isn't getting any effort on defense at all. I can't say that stood out to me. I'm not saying you're wrong, but yeah. Shay saying Patrick Williams is giving Brandon Ingram some problems. Yeah, that boy is guarding Brandon Ingram very, very well. Steve-O, play inside out. Agree with you 100% wholeheartedly. Illusional says Pat is being a menace on defense. This is what we want to see. This is what I've said that I want to see from Patrick Williams. It's not necessarily about the offense, but the defense. He has to be elite defensively. He's playing great defensively. Also chipping in 3 rebounds. He does have 2 turnovers. I think both of those were one was that pass that he missed to DeMar. One was travel. He got to get those under wraps as well. Why do role players for the Pels always go off on us? Last game it was Valanciunas. The one game last season it was Jose Alvarado. Well, that's the Bulls in general. It's not even just against the Pels. That's the Bulls in general. They always let a role player go off on them. Always let it go off on them. Billy's asshole should have challenged that last foul by Zach. Billy Donovan does not use his challenges very often, and I don't understand why not. Who's supposed to be guarding Trey Murphy? Well, it's been different people in each position. One it was Caruso, one it was Io, and I think it was Goran Dragic on another one. No, Goran Dragic was supposed to be guarding Alvarado on that time that Alvarado cut to the basket. So The ultimate rage says Bulls have played solid so far. Nothing special, but not bad. I'm going to need them to turn it up in the second half. Absolutely. We can't listen. Fourth quarters have been our Achilles heels. We play really good third quarters. We're like plus 13 in third quarters and negative 19 in fourth quarter. So, but don't be surprised if the Bulls do play a hell of a third quarter. But the thing is keeping up that intensity in the fourth quarter for sure. Sorry, guys. Now that everybody sees Patrick Williams' impact, I'm going to need everybody to shut. Listen. Shay, you be tripping, bro. You be tripping. I see you got those typos together, though, brother. I barely started watching 6 minutes of the second quarter, but how are we getting all of our points? Like, is it good cutting or free throws? Don't understand how our shooting is trash. We're still only down 5. Well, the shooting overall from the field isn't trash. We're shooting 51% from the field, which is really good. It's the three-point shooting that's absolutely trash. When the Bulls are finding successes, like you said, they're cutting to the baskets, getting to the rim, just passing the ball pretty well when they're being successful. But we're also seen those turnovers as well. People getting ahead of the play, stuff like that. Email inbound. Sorry about that. C-Dub just trying to evade from the fact that they missing my shirt that they told me they'd be sending me. You all good, bro. Trey Murphy is Jesus Christ himself. Nah, they'd be up by a lot more if that was the case. I'll tell you this right now. It would be terrible, Frenchie. It'd be terrible. Like, y'all got to stop killing and acting like everything's. Vooch is a big part. When the Bulls are successful, he's a big part of what's making us successful. He's leading the team in scoring. Y'all got to stop with that. If Pat just attacked sometimes instead of looking to pass, it would really help that offense when that line up with DeMar and Vooch. Agreed. For example, the pass that Patrick Williams tried to make to DeMar on that fast break that turned into a turnover. Had Patrick Williams just taken that ball up, keep in mind, the big man, was it Valanciunas? I can't remember. Or it was Nance, I think, was a little bit behind Patrick Williams. Patrick Williams just takes that and takes off running. It's probably not a basket for P. Will, but he probably catches DeMar slashing in that case. So Billy Donovan's starting to show some more emotion lately, if you haven't noticed. I still need him to do challenges a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Use those challenges, man. I know it burns up a timeout, but use those challenges, which is a stupid rule, too, by the way. If you have a successful challenge, you shouldn't lose a timeout. Maybe I'm just used to the NFL rules, but that's the NBA rules. Even if you win the challenge, you lose a timeout. That's stupid. That's just dumb. Vooch is better. Vooch is much better this year than last year, defensively and offensively. People like to try to, just people with Neanderthal-like mindsets like to zero in on Vooch, but Vooch has been playing pretty damn good. Billy better not bench P. Will for 8+ minutes like he typically has been doing. We need to let that kid play, build his confidence on the court. Well, they've been building his confidence slowly but surely. But if Billy Donovan sits Patrick Williams with the defense that P. Will's been playing on Brandon Ingram this game, hey, listen, that hot seat needs to start warming up. Hot seat needs to start warming up. Pat needs a quicker release wide open. It's still slow. Would change a lot for him. Well, because he doesn't have a quicker release. Because he doesn't have a quick release, what P. Will does sometimes is he jumps a little bit higher and extends himself a little bit more, right? So that he does that at times, but he only does it when he has a lot of time. But if he's not going to have a quicker release, I would love to see that. Love to see that. And somebody said, no, I'm going to read the, where's this? He says, no, if you keep the timeout, no, you don't. I'm going to read the direct rule from the CBA from you on this one. This isn't to be an asshole. This is just to know each team has one challenge available per game. The NBA does not reward coaches for successful challenges, unlike the NFL and the MLB. If you use a challenge in order to initiate a challenge, a coach must burn a timeout. That's the only way to do it. You lose a timeout in the NBA if you do the challenge. You do. There's no way around that. Why does my son? What's wrong? What's wrong?
I'm just hungry.
You're hungry again? No. Okay, go heat up some more pizza. How many meals do you eat a day? 5?
Yeah, I already ate pizza.
I know you already ate. You want to eat again, don't you?
Taki.
You want some Takis? So you're not hungry, you just want a snack.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Kids, man. Kids. I swear to God. Swear to God, kids. Steve O says, we need to work on our discipline as well. Too many turnovers and too many fouls. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree with you. I'm hungry too for the Bulls to play better. Yeah, come on, man. Like, listen, sometimes my 9-year-old eats more than I do. And I'm just like, where the hell do you put this shit away at, bro? Like, shit crazy, bro. Shit's crazy. Bulls need to look at Haize Jr. and take notes. That shit's crazy, bro. LOL. Listen, don't be laughing at my son. That boy's crazy. Every time I sit down to record now, it comes bothers me about food. Every time. Every time. Coach doesn't use his timeouts wisely anyway. Sometimes his time's out be's too late. That I agree with as well. Billy Donovan is not. He's not the. And this is it. I don't mean some Bulls fans are going to take this and run with it, but Billy Donovan is not the best strategist, right? You see some coaches that use their timeouts as almost like just an additional part of the game plan, right? And Billy Donovan really just doesn't. Like he swallows the whistle sometimes, man. Kobe could be a bit of a game changer when he comes back. We're losing close games, and having someone that is capable of heating up from shooting three at a good clip could be the difference before Zoe's back. Well, keep in mind, Kobe could always be. That's Kobe's career. Literally, his whole entire career, he can be a game changer. He just doesn't play like one. It doesn't come to fruition for him. It just doesn't. Kobe is having the worst statistical season of his career so far. After his first training camp, so many people, me included, I'm saying me included in this, was like, hey, give Kobe White a chance. He's going to have his first full training camp, his first full offseason. This is going to be the season where we see Kobe maybe get more consistent. And no, he's come in and look like complete shit. Complete shit. Jay Glover, DeMar needs to get back to being DeMaring. What? The Marvelous, maybe is what you meant? When do you think DeMar will get his groove back? He looks really off a lot lately. Hey, listen, I told you guys, I said it this last season, and people thought that I was batshit ass crazy. I don't know if DeMar is the DeMar of last season. We're getting into DeMar DeRozan right now, who at 33 years old is averaging 24 points per game, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and he's the 24th player in the NBA with efficiency, with the efficiency rating. That may be it for DeMar. If DeMar may not be the 27, 28 points per game like he was last season, that just may not be DeMar this season. And then I also have said this before. I said this over in the pregame show. The refs, the officiating has changed the way that they officiate DeMar. The jury's out. They're not bailing DeMar out after 4 or 5 pump fakes and a jump shot plus the foul anymore. We're not seeing that for DeMar. And that may just be the DeMar we have this season. And he's going to have to adjust. But keep in mind, DeMar is still a hell of a player. 18th in the league in scoring so far. 24th in player efficiency rating. Like that, and that's still a damn good season. But the DeMar that we had last season probably isn't the DeMar we're getting this season. That is why Zach needs to step up. Why P. Will needs to step up. Why when Lonzo gets back, Lonzo taking the leap as well. Like all that is highly important for this team. Because we're probably never going to get that same DeMar we had last season again. And that's not a slight on him. That was DeMar's best statistical season of his career. It'd be crazy to think that a player pushing closer to 35 is going to have another career year. It's just probably not going to happen. I don't get it about Billy. The Vooch DeMar lineup should be played in and out. It's perfect. It's literally perfect. When Zach is with the bench, they play more outside because Zach and Goran is a threat. I agree. Listen, again, they're paying somebody millions of dollars to make these decisions. Do you think Reginald Short? Do you think the unforced errors are because of doing too much or not doing enough? Well, I actually talked about that on the pre-recorded video today. So the Bulls have upped their pass. They went from being a team to, I don't want to say the wrong numbers, I think averaging 150 passes per game to so far this season we're averaging almost 300 passes per game. That you're seeing the turnover ratio increase with that. So I really do think that it's maybe it's overpassing, but I just think it's an execution thing. I don't think they're necessarily doing too much. I don't think that they should be doing less. I think they just should be executing what they do better. And at times they get ahead of passes. At times they get ahead of themselves. Sometimes they make, like Alex Caruso tries some risky passes sometimes. Not just him. It's just the name that came to mind. They need to tighten those things up. I think it's an execution thing that's really going to help this team cut down those turnovers. No, DeMar's not washed. Come on, he's not washed at all. Not washed. He's killing it right now. 18th is a wash. Exactly. People are just stupid. But all right, y'all. I'm out this mug. I will be back post game. Be here. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you don't, we're still trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by my my birthday, which is December 5th. I love you guys. I'll see you guys back here post game. Peace, y'all.